school versus old school dating.
Chivalry.
Chivalry is a lost art.
I'm in a fucking 8-year relationship. Let me not talk shit. I don't know. By the way, we're recording, guys.
Oh.
What's going on, guys?
No, we'll edit it out.
So for anyone wondering, if you're watching the video portion, a whole week has passed, and yeah, me and Sade actually came in here with the same outfits on, wearing the exact same shoes and everything. As you can see, Val here has changed into a completely different outfit.
You know, I had to.
She had to now.
It's all right.
She had a wardrobe malfunction.
When punch-ins are supposed to be like seamless and are not. It's all good though.
We're gonna work on it. We'll get better.
We're gonna come with more outfit changes.
Yeah. So this is the 1.5 episode 1.5. We're gonna get to a few different topics. The first thing we wanted to cover that happened this week, one of the big things was the Jay-Z NFL merger, partnership, whatever you want to call it. From what I gathered, because I felt like I needed a few days to digest everything, Jay-Z is now, I guess him and Rock Nation are assisting the NFL in their Super Bowl halftime show. I'm guessing that's what the extent of it is, but he's also going to be helping out with the minorities community or some type of stuff. Some type of social activism.
Yeah, I don't have my
right.
note on me.
Now, a lot of people have, if you want to go look for it, it's fine.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
So a lot of people have had pretty positive things to say. Some people have had some negative things to say. Some people are saying that he's a sellout. Some people are saying give the guy a chance, let him figure it out and try to see what's going on. One of the main things negatively was saying, hey, how could you still be working with the NFL or decide to work with the NFL when Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job? I've heard both points. I want to get your guys' thoughts on everything going on right now, because I'm sure you guys have heard of it somewhat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Val.
Okay, so my input in it is, I mean, a lot of other artists besides, Jay-Z joining this partnership. Before that, you had artists that were asked to be a part of the Super Bowl and refused because of that same issue. Okay. Because a man of color lost his job for something that he was standing up for. Right. But my view on it is Jay-Z is a businessman. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's a billionaire hip-hop artist. And that's like the first, right now, that's everybody's talking about. So I think he's just trying to make changes. He's trying to do partnerships that other people may overlooked or may not have thought of. I think he also did a partnership with somebody else on, the imprisoners and people who got locked up for cannabis. And he's also joined partnership in that.
The Meek Mill doc?
Yeah, it's kind of tying with the Meek Mill thing that he's doing as well with the imprisoners and stuff like that. And all the people basically now, when weed is legalized, he's just going to provide jobs and employment positions for them as soon as they get released. And I think that's pretty cool. So I think he's really much on our side. I just think right now this is just the start of it. And I think a lot of us are on the edge on it. We don't know how we feel. We're kind of skeptical. We don't know if he's going to turn on to the business side fully, or is he going to really be on our side, as he says, and stand up for it. But like he did on the video too, like, he was saying, he took a knee. We all know why he took the knee, and that's police brutality. What are we doing to change that as a nation and as a people? And I think that's what he was trying to convey. It's like, it happened, but what are we doing as a nation to change it? Are we gathering together with hands? Are we trying to do something with police brutality? If not, then it's just a topic. It's just an attention on social media that's talked about.
Yeah, because that's definitely what he was doing. Because in the clip where somebody says, would you kneel or would you stand? And he just kind of looked like this fucking question. And that's the thing, like, he doesn't talk. Like, I get it, he's a businessman, he makes these business moves, and he doesn't talk about it, which it's more that line of just watch, just keep an eye out, you'll see the result. Like, I got shit coming. But at the same time, with something like this, like, people, like, I seen tweets and, on IG stories, like, let us know what you're doing. let us know, and we got you. Like, no matter what, like, we got you, Hove.
So
but,
don't leave us in the dark.
Yeah, because that's what it is, that it has everybody like, what the fuck? Like, fucking Nessa on Hot 97 just went in and, like, on some, like, talking about Jay-Z, like, he had the audacity and saying pretty much, like along the lines, like, you portraying us. And it's been a lot of fucking bashing Hove, and it's just weird at a time where we just hold. I mean, it's been a long time we've held him to a pedestal, but even with recent, like, 444 and everything else, it's like, this man could do no wrong, and we don't know for sure if he is doing wrong with this.
Right.
But it's like, you don't know what the fuck's going on.
We don't know what's going on.
We don't.
I'm very surprised that Jay would even work with the NFL. Like, I think it was that album with Beyonce, that song, that really famous song, the one that was the big song last year the Migos wrote for Beyonce.
Spend my money fast and go.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
We all know which one it is. I hate that I don't know the name right now.
Beast Mode? No, wait.
No.
Ape shit.
Ape shit.
Thank you. There you go.
Something like that.
So he says, I think in the line is like, I don't need the NFL, or saying the NFL needs me, I don't need you.
Yeah.
And to see him working with them right now, even though it is supposedly for a good cause, like, it's just, some people see that and take that like, oh, well, what are you doing now? And people have been real judgmental. One of the things he said, I took a screenshot of it, a quote from that interview, that press conference. This is what he said. He quotes, we forget that Colin's whole thing was to bring attention to social injustice. In that case, this is a success. This is the next phase. There are two parts of protesting. You go outside and you protest, and then the company or the individual says, I hear you. What do we do next? For me, it's like action, an actionable item. What are we going to do with it? Everyone heard. We hear what you're saying, and everybody knows I agree with what you're saying in Kaepernick's message. So what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? Help millions and millions of people, or we get stuck at Colin not having a job?
Yeah, because that was the question. Like, right after the reporter said, "Would you kneel or would you stand?" Talking about Cap not having a job, and and I understand. Like, I mean, Nessa, that's her man. She's gonna ride for her man, cool. But at the same time, like that, it wasn't about a job. It wasn't. It was about drawing attention to this and making a big commotion. And she even like spoke about it. Like, you're doing all this and that, and you're talking about, like, you talk to Cap and shit like that, but Cap can't even get hired, and he can't. The NFL, he's overqualified. NFL won't bring him in because his social status. That's the reasoning. His social status, and it's been like he's been doing a countdown. It's like 900 days at this point. He hasn't worked. He does a countdown on his social media. The last time I saw it was like 897. So yeah. Yeah,
he's been doing like a little campagn online and stuff, and
showing like all the shootings and stuff like that. So where I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Just, I mean, not because I'm a huge Hove fan and throw the rock up anytime I can and let me reintroduce myself, like all that shit. Like, not to be like on his dick, but at the same time, like, I don't want to bash him, but it's like, we just want to fucking know. We just want to know.
We just want to know.
It's just so like frustrating for me because this is somebody who it's almost like a let go. Like, damn, like, I mean, like, you let us down. It can easily be that where Joe Budden on his shit was saying, it's along the lines of, and this is something common. What was the quote? Fucking on my phone. This white people buying into black people's cultural capital. Yeah. And that's what we're seeing. And we don't know if he's doing like the business side when it comes to Jay-Z. It's like when every line that he did and the entire 444 shit, and the line about the NFL and that song, it's kind of like, damn, this is what you're doing. Like, you're feeding into that. They've been buying into us for how long? And you're feeding into it just for $1. Like, you're a sellout. But then at the same time, maybe he just wants a seat at the table so he can get in. He can infiltrate and figure shit out and help us better.
Yeah, I also thought of it in that way. It's kind of like he has an inside scope. He's looking at everything, observing everything, and then eventually he'll make up an action plan or some sort. But that's what we would hope.
Yeah.
His fan base or whoever is behind him on this case.
I mean, you just gotta hope that these old white dudes are gonna give him a chance.
For real.
Because that's what it comes down to. A bunch of old white dudes sitting together trying to figure out how can we get more people to watch our games. How can we make our halftime show more watchable? Let's grab the biggest guy that we know in the entertainment industry, what happens to be hip-hop. Let's get this black guy, Jay-Z. I heard he's big. And let's see what he can do. Let's give him a position. And you know what? Let's tie into that whole social activism thing and make it feel like, you know, we're here to help out with any problems going on in the community.
Yeah.
Police brutality being one of them.
Like I was, sorry.
So you just think it's all like a marketing?
I think it's all a marketing ploy at the end of the day. I think Jay wants to sincerely help and do something for his people, but now he's catching some backlash. But I think at the end of the day, why are we looking to the NFL to solve the nation's one of the biggest crises that the nation is having?
Yeah.
Just police brutality. Why are we looking at them? Why are we not just going directly to the police precincts or departments and shit?
I think it's because Cap, he had that the NFL, that was his platform.
Yeah.
That was his way of doing it. And football is such a huge American thing.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't? If you don't watch football, then, I mean, not that something's wrong with you, but it's a little weird. Like, it's majority of Americans watch football.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do.
That's one of our
It's
main
our
sports.
biggest
It's a pastime.
thing.
I mean, just a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it's
you've been
fucking
invited,
insane.
even if you've never seen football. You probably gone to a Super Bowl party or at least saw a quarter.
And you're going
American,
all
you
out.
have
You're
to.
going all the fuck out. And it's one of those things. It's a money-making machine. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he's like, I don't know how I feel about this. He was like, I have too much. He pretty much saying if he was in that position, he's like, I have too much pride for that. Like, I get it, make your money, but I have way too much pride for that shit. And because we were talking about, I'm like, well, who would you rather? I asked him, I was like, who would you rather? I was like, oh no, would you rather have a white man named Bob make money off of you, or a black man named Sean? And he's like, okay, I see your point. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, all right. And I was like, it's not only that, yeah, he's making money off of us. I mean, essentially, yeah, he kind of is, and he has been. And I think that's what people are so focused on. It's like, you sold out. Money. And on the other side, it's like, well, and that's what Jay-Z's saying, this is the next phase. What do you think is going to happen? Like, you want to draw attention. Okay, cool. Eyes are on you. Now what? So, yeah.
Something to think about, man.
Because it's just too much crazy shit going on in the world that people see it. People know what's happening. Like, I can't think that people can't fucking know about.
I agree with that. There's
a
a lot of police brutality that we're aware of in the USA. However, there's countries that are going through way worse, like Venezuela with no food at all. You know, here we are in a country where we have an immense amount of food.
Yeah.
And we actually throw stuff away. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, and my Dominican relatives that live in DR aren't as fortunate as I. Like, to know that they have to work a month just to obtain a television in their apartment is crazy to me.
Very crazy.
And then they come here and they're like, oh my God, I only have to work a week and then I can get my TV. Oh my gosh, like, to them that's like amazing.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
I know, when I was in Cuba, they were just like, when we went to like certain restaurants where it wasn't the tourists, like, okay, we're in the campo, like, and the food wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. And one girl, and she felt really bad because she didn't know that our waitress was the one that cooked the food.
Oh,
and
wow.
she barely touched it, and she's like, I can't get through it. And I was like, girl, if you don't fucking try. And then we all realized, like, oh shit, this lady cooked the fucking food. And she's like, oh, you don't like it? Oh, I'm so sorry, I cooked it. Oh, and we're just, and no, the girl, and I felt bad for the servant. I felt bad for that girl, because it just looked like, damn, like, you just kind of insulted her to her face. And then we were talking about it, and I'm like, you know what, like, you wouldn't know that. Yeah. And at the same time, everything is rationed out there. What makes it, like, seasonings are rationed. Everything is fucking rationed. I mean, if it's like, I think if it's private, private, then you're fine. Then you fucking serve all the food you want. Seasonings fucking galore.
Yeah.
But there was some bland ass shit out there.
Oh wow, you would never thought.
Yeah, you got a dish ropa vieja and it's like this little bit, but that shit was banging though. It was really good. It was really good. They've been stacking up on their seasonings at one place. What was it? Come Come? Ah, that shit was so good. But
that was the only spot in Cuba that you found that had like kind of.
That was like with the people. Yeah, it was like no tourists. I don't think there's like any really tourist spots around there that I recall. That was in Havana or Old Havana. I don't remember. But it was pretty good. It was this one spot though that it was like around our Airbnb, and it was a little trash. It was trash. Yeah, and I felt so bad. I'm like,
so she was like, I'm
eating this shit. I'm like, this is not good at all. But yeah, it was rough. That was the first night there too.
So that, I mean, everything works differently everywhere then, because servers here, we don't have to cook our own food.
No.
If we did, that would be a little bit outrageous.
Oh God. I would rather cook the fucking food. At least I know it's gonna come out good and on time. Those fucking cooks piss me the fuck off.
Depending on cooks, that's a whole nother
We had
story.
a whole fight yesterday. A whole fucking fight. So yesterday,
we work at serving, by the way.
Yeah. So yesterday, my job decides to fucking dumbass servers decide to order Colombian food on a fight night. On a fucking fight night. They order way too late. The food gets all cold. And then by the end of the fight night, we're all trying to get out. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm like kind of in charge. And I got to wait until everybody leaves. So I'm just going to eat right now. And I go to the cooks. I'm like, can I use the fryer? They're like, no, it's not on. I'm like, no. They're like, everything's off. That's it. I was like, I look over. I'm like, I know that shit is still fucking hot. I was like, how much you want to bet if I put water in that shit, it's going to bubble? And I went to the sink. I was like, test me right now. They're like, no, it's off. It's off. It's off. Then he sees me with my food. He's like, oh, you want it? No, I was like, no, fuck you. So out of spite, I had some cold-ass empanadas and some fucking cold-ass the plátanos. That shit was... It was good, though. It was cold as hell.
I'm grateful for my cold food.
I had some pink sauce. I was good.
She drenched that, probably.
I was just like, boop. No, it was like the community fucking pink sauce. Because we ordered like $200 of food. So we had the community shit. So I'm just like... with the spoon, okay, like take some. Oh, that shit was so funny.
Just to go back, because I do realize that we went a little off topic here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Real quick, no, so we'll tie a bow on this one. So, real quick, good idea, bad idea, or not sure yet. The Jay-Z NFL merger, Val. Good idea, bad idea, or not sure yet.
Not sure yet.
Not sure yet. Sade.
All right, give me my options again.
So, good idea that Jay-Z's working with the NFL. Bad idea that he's working with the NFL, or not sure yet.
I'm in between shit. I guess not sure yet.
Not sure yet.
Because I feel like it might be a good idea.
It's too soon to base.
But it's too soon. Yeah, so I guess not sure.
It's too soon to base. Okay. I've been wrestling with the bad idea when I first heard it. Thought it was kind of fucked up. Now, being that this is Hove, this is one of my childhood heroes. This is one of like pretty much every hip hop head's hero. Let me not say that, but you know what I mean, as far as a businessman, lyricist, most of us, he's pretty much like the God MC. I gotta think that he's doing this shit for a better purpose, to help out people, you know, and also just put on a dope halftime show, because we all know we get up, we smoke, or we go eat. Yeah. We don't really catch the halftime show. The last time I actually watched was because of Beyonce performing. And if Beyonce's in his corner, you got to expect that she's going to rep for the people. She's not going to let Jay-Z just be a sellout.
No, of course not.
He'll probably have that like balloon dog animal thing that you ever seen when he was on tour for 444. It looked like a balloon dog thing, like, you know, when clowns do the balloon thingy.
The balloon
to be honest, I just want to go back.
But it looked like a dog. It looked like when they're like, here's a doggy. Like, that's what it looked like.
I gotta see what the fuck.
I don't know.
It was probably not a dog, but my story is a dog.
I don't know. I'm kind of shocked that you stopped watching since the Beyonce halftime show. Like, I saw the other halftime shows after.
I didn't care much for.
I saw the Bruno Mars one because that was the year after.
Wasn't Bruno Mars with Beyonce? No. Yeah,
she went on there multiple times. Bruno Mars just did his thing and then added her on there.
Was Cardi on there?
No.
Cardi's never done the Super Bowl. No, she was supposed to. I think the last one.
And then I think the year after that was JT.
JT, well, I didn't like that.
He was the last.
I thought that was whack.
He was the last one, yeah. I think the only thing I liked out of that whole performance was the Prince tribute.
Yeah,
Which-
I will admit, yeah.
There was some like shade thrown his way.
Right.
'Cause of that, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Like with the JT thing, like, yeah, Rory replaced JT as my favorite white boy. It was always Justin.
Second Rory shout out this episode.
I know.
She loves
And
herself some Rory.
Yeah, and no, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it. I don't really like white people, but
Oh my god.
Okay.
That was your hot take, yo. That was, wow.
not like that. Like, no. So we have and it's
No
funny.
racism here, I promise.
No. I mean, slightly, but no. So we have a server who he was on vacation. And he comes back and he's like, "Oh, my favorite white hating person," and I
Wow.
was like, "Oh, like that's my nigga. Like that's it. That's my boy."
My favorite white hating Oh, you
No,
wild.
but Justin was always, man. I had the biggest crush on him.
Yeah, I think.
No, but I would say Eminem was the first white boy crush. Then Hugh Jackman for Wolverine.
Understandable.
We way sidetracked. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
And then JT.
No, it was I think Eminem. No, wait, shit. Justin, Eminem, Hugh Jackman, JT, a little sprinkle here and there, and then Roy. I wouldn't say is a crush, but I look up to him. Like whatever he's doing, I need to fucking do that.
I feel you.
Cause he's on
He's out here
on
making
fucking
moves.
Rise, yeah. And he had on his story, he says somebody was like, "Oh, how do I get into the business?" or something like that, and he was like, "Make your own lane."
Yeah.
I felt that shit, man. When he said that, I was like,
Mm.
"So all I'm trying to do right now."
Oh, word up.
Okay, back
No,
to
no,
topic.
no, sorry, no, we good.
You're good.
Yeah, like I was saying before, I thought it was a bad idea at first, but I'm gonna give Hove a chance.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this is for positive. And he's not just gonna turn his back on everybody, because I'm sure he'll feel the backlash for that. So
For sure.
yeah, that's basically how I feel about the whole thing. Only time will tell. You know, we'll update the story as it progresses.
Yeah.
We'll get back into it. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about as the weeks go down in the season.
Yeah.
You know, maybe by
'cause-
Super Bowl time, we'll definitely see what's up. But I'm tell you right now, if he brings up a whack ass act to the Super Bowl halftime show, then this
Talking
is
about
all
giving
for naught.
opportunities and shit.
Yeah,
Ugh,
like, bro,
that's
I don't
gonna
want
be rough.
to. Yeah, I don't want to hear Memphis bleak.
I mean,
at
we'll
the
see.
Super Bowl
Hopefully,
show.
the fact
I
that
got love for
Jay-Z
him, but-
is included in it, other artists would
he
probably
would
be
do that.
okay and open to performing for the halftime show now.
You
But
gotta make it dope. This is the most watched halftime show, at least what they say, in the world.
wow.
It's one, you know, it's the biggest television event in the country.
Who do you think is gonna be in it?
Anytime.
Sorry.
If Jay-Z's in charge of it, then you're
Yeah.
getting a dope ass R&B act, or at least a pop act. But
Yeah.
you've already used up Bruno Mars. You've already done Beyonce.
I mean,
She's not gonna do it.
I don't think she doesn't have.
You did-
She has material, but
You
she
did Maroon
just did
5
one.
last year.
Yeah. I don't.
Who? Like, who else is left besides a Katy Perry, besides a Ariana Grande?
Well,
I'm
Rihanna,
trying to
but
think
she
of, like-
denied it last year,
Rihanna
Yeah, and she doesn't even have.
and she's fully
Unless
focused
she,
on her
like-
Fenty.
Yeah, unless she
her.
like drops an album. Somebody thinks she's pregnant. That's what the rumor is, that she's pregnant. That's why she hasn't.
She showed
dropped
up to
it.
Carnival, not wearing a Carnival
Yeah,
like.
she was like
outfit.
covering,
She's covering.
and this bitch is from the island. Like, you know, not to cover.
Something's up at that point.
Yeah, but anyway, so she doesn't have anything out right now. So I
Why
don't know
put
how that
her?
Fancy
works.
line.
trying to think who else is under. I mean, I feel like it would be people under him. No,
I mean, you would hope that they would reach for Rock Nation Act. What's up? What you think?
Dreamville. The
Dreamville?
Dreamville halftime show, which
Ooh.
technically, I mean,
I mean,
I don't
maybe
know.
Cole. I don't see JID. I don't see Boz. I don't see Earth
Nah,
Gang.
it wouldn't be too showy.
doing that.
I don't think, and not J Cole. I don't think he would. No,
Unless Cole has a song that could appeal to all
I
types
mean,
of fans.
I think the last show or anything sport related he did was for the basketball, like finals.
Yeah,
that
he
was
did
the
finals.
only performance he ever like actually showed up for. Not even the Grammys, not even any other that, just that.
Right.
And he made that. Like I was like,
No, that
I was
was
at
really
work
good.
watching that. 'Cause
Yeah, we were all watching.
we
It
were
was
all
just
like, oh my
it was-
goodness, he was performing at, ATM.
all
I
the
was like,
TVs were
stop.
like,
Word. Nah, he killed that. I remember
We were
seeing
Yeah,
jumping around
exactly.
and
He had this
shit.
little
Yeah, he
nice
did
little
kill that.
teal
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, okay.
He did his thing.
Then maybe it's not somebody who signed to him then. Well, and then
It's more urban.
Conway and Benny got signed to him now?
They're still signed to Eminem, but they're under Rock Nation management.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So
Yeah.
are they still?
Yeah, they're still.
Like Griselda.
Well, yeah, it's still
and, you know,
Griselda.
all that
It's
shit?
Conway, Benny, and Westside Gun.
And Westside. Yeah.
So although they're still Griselda's signed to Shady Records, they're being managed by Rock Nation management.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really look too much into that. I always wondered, as soon as I seen the announcement, I was like, oh, that's what's up. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Rock
Okay.
Nation has like a whole team of managers and stuff that really like do
They're
well
about
for
to
the
get a
artists.
Renegade
Yeah.
2 and shit. And fucking M.
Maybe,
fucking
I don't know. I kind of want to also say, like, DJ Khaled
DJ Khaled and Friends.
and Friends, because that's what...
That's what it is.
It's
That's
always and Friends.
And it has to be in Friends. He doesn't do much.
I don't need to see him ad-libbing or dancing.
With Meek Mill, I could also see Meek Mill on that, because that post with him and Rock Nation not too long ago.
Oh, yeah. No, Meek will do it. Yeah.
Meek would definitely do it. I feel like, why not? It's the Super Bowl.
Meek could do it.
But, okay, so...
And he hasn't been out
Wouldn't
since.
it be, like, at least, like... I don't think... Would Meek do a whole halftime show?
No, I couldn't see that happening.
No.
I couldn't. If he did the Dreams and Nightmares intro,
Be too much.
you know how many white people would be scared as fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. No, come on, man. You know how many white people are gonna run out that motherfucker?
He's just walking across the field and then
You know?
jumps up on stage. Hold on.
Because you also gotta take that into account. Like this,
You see
is-
people's faces, like, oh shit.
this is watched by.
Is he saying, talking to me? Like,
There's like how many people in the U.S.? Maybe 300 million. At least 100 million are watching this.
Yeah.
At least a third of the nation is watching this, and not to mention worldwide. You have to have a song and an act that can be not relatable, but be entertaining for all types of people. Beyonce was that type as far as urban artists go that could pull that off. Then Bruno Mars, I see that, and then Maroon 5. That's a safe bet. Their songs are catchy,
yeah,
it's very poppy.
that's true.
But I could see another Katy Perry fireworks. I could see that
Shout out
happening.
to the fireworks.
She likes the fireworks.
Bursting all over her. Okay.
I feel like it's got to be a pop, soulful R&B type act that has radio hits that's still kid friendly.
So then LMA.
LMA
her.
could do it. Her, yeah, I could see that happening.
I feel like it would just be a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, it wouldn't be just one centered artist.
A whole
No.
medley of people.
Yeah.
Whole little thing. That'd
But
be
I
cool.
just...
Yeah, I would see that.
I fuck with that. I don't know if it's gonna just make me like be like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool off that L. I'm cool off getting drinks. I'm cool off going to get food. I'm gonna watch this halftime show. I don't know. I feel like it's lost its
I
luster.
mean, we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, he's head of it. He's running the whole thing, so we'll see.
Actually, not too long ago, I saw something on Beyonce and how the older she is getting in the industry, the more she's sticking to lower notes. And a lot of that has to do with her first and second album and how they were very high registered based, and all the touring and all of that stuff kind of got to her now later on in the years. Because if you think about it, even with her most recent album, you know, the range that she's really sticking by is the lower registers. She doesn't go anything above it. She sticks to basically after Drunken Love album, that's when she started just sticking with low and not really going to where she was,
even
and
notice that.
Dangerously in Love and all of that. I didn't notice that either until I saw this
So if you
video.
think about it, was it
But it
Sasha
makes
Fierce?
sense because she wore and tore a couple things by doing all of those crazy
after
exaggerated
night.
things, and she was young, she was hot in that, so she didn't
also
care.
had 3 kids.
And then now,
Yeah, her body's gone through it.
yeah, her body's definitely gone through
And
it.
touring.
So
and
touring
dieting.
and all that,
It's
now
extra.
she's just sticking to low registers all through her albums, and I've started to realize that too.
That's some dope shit. I didn't even recognize that. No,
Can you guess who the singer is?
Yeah. Yeah. So anytime we got some singer talk, we gotta deep dive into some shit. We know Val got it.
Right.
We know Val got it.
But like, it's interesting. She still works it though. She be still hitting them riffs and
oh
runs.
come on, Beyonce's
but-
Beyonce no matter what. Come on.
Like
now.
she's hitting them. What's the girl that sing Insecure with Bryson Tiller? Jasmine Sullivan notes.
Okay.
She's hitting them no notes,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, you make it hot. I'm like, yes. I don't
see?
mind it. I love my women tenors. Shout out to them out there. Okay,
Shout out to all the women tenors. God damn it.
you guys
I
hold
like
it
that.
down.
Oh, see, that might have to be our own little segment. We just break down the. Okay, I like that a lot. All right.
all Val, though.
All Val, yeah. You're our resident expert on the
Shit.
vocals.
Gotcha.
All right, so moving on from that, we want to get into the segment that we're going to try out right now. It's called Would You Rather. Very simple premise. We're just going to ask some random
We
questions.
should make this a drinking game.
Oh, that might be good too.
Next time.
I'll turn it into another podcast too, but I'm down for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to our fake sponsor for today.
For real.
So the premise, would you rather? What was that?
No, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask some would you rather questions. I'm sure the girls got some too. So I'm gonna start like this, and you can ask for yourself at home or tell your friends. Would you rather fight 100 babies the size of 10-year-olds, or fight 100 10-year-olds the size of babies? Let me repeat that again. Would you rather fight 100 babies the size of 10-year-olds, or fight 100 10-year-olds the size of babies? I'm gonna start with Val.
I'm going to say the babies the size of 10-year-olds because
You're gonna fight 100 babies the size of 10-year-olds. Why?
Because mentally, I think I could outsmart them and I could defeat them in my mind. I hope so.
It's a big ass baby.
I know. It is
Big
a big
fucking babies.
Babies, like, you ever had, like, held one and they, like, see your hair and we're like, yeah, like, no.
Now let me
Yeah.
say these are babies in their walking stages. So they just learn how to walk. They walk like a drunk person. So imagine 110 10-size-year-old or whatever, 10-year-old size babies just coming at you, ready to fight.
And they're drunk?
And the drunk, that drunk walk, just babbling at you.
Oh.
Because I feel like if you were to do...
But that's a normal, like, a drunk adult babbling away. We deal with it every weekend.
I don't want to hold no big ass baby like that. Motherfucker still walking around.
I definitely got dibs on, what is it? The 10-year-olds the size of babies?
Yeah.
Yeah, just walk around them.
I'm gonna kick them motherfuckers.
Yeah, just walk around
I'm
them.
gonna kick them motherfucking kids.
It's
At
like,
10-year-old.
That's
Yeah.
it. Move. Get out of
Stay
my
out
way.
of my
All right. So we
Red
got.
Sea. Get to part through.
You'd rather fight the babies the
Babies.
size 10-year-olds. You'd rather fight the 10-year-olds the size of babies.
You?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick them motherfuckers. I'm gonna fight the 10-year-olds the size of babies. I'm gonna just kick the shit out of them and just run because I imagine they can run.
I feel like I have a better chance.
Yeah.
Babies with that are size of 10-year-olds.
But both would be funny as shit.
Oh, I got one.
See a 10-year-old the size of a baby?
Ugh.
All right, let me go into my next one. All
Okay.
right. Let me see. Because I had a good one. It wasn't a good one. It's more like just
I forgot which one it was.
Oh yeah. Would you rather live a year having to take a piss, like that feeling you get where you about to explode, where you had to go to the bathroom? Would you live a year like that, or live a year having to take a shit? We all know that feeling. They're two different feelings when you gotta
It's like
go.
turtling. No, I'd rather like that feeling
Ooh,
of piss.
a year-long
It's- you're
turtle.
Just like literally like dancing. Just
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna salsa dance for a whole year.
Either-
Because if you don't take a shit, it's going to come out any other way.
It's gonna fuck you up. Wait, what? Just what you
The
said.
point is, it never comes out. It's just that feeling.
No, but just the feeling.
But
just
you
the
don't
feeling.
feel like if you really need to take a shit that you'll like throw up
And then-
eventually? Like I feel like I would, because if it's not going to come out
No,
the
it
other
just
way.
goes away. No.
Well, this one doesn't go away. It's a year long.
Oh, well,
That's what I'm saying. Like
But
These
like-
feelings
but
never
it-
go away.
the only thing that would scare me
For a year.
about the
whole point is
like
to hear it long.
the need to like the feeling that you need to take a piss is like, oh my god, I got a UTI. What's going on? I can't pee. Like that would that would kind of freak me out.
See,
agree.
take that into account. And
That
then
would
the
freak
whole
me
shit thing.
But I go with piss.
Go piss?
I go with piss.
Same piss.
Piss?
Because the shit's
I don't
want
want to feel like I'm turtling for an entire year.
Yeah, I've been in a car where I've had to take a shit, and the closer I got to home in the toilet, the worse it got, the feeling.
Yeah. I've had
I had my foot on the fucking glasses trying to hold myself together, squeezing my cheeks.
There you go, spread.
Yeah, if I spread, I might be more comfortable. Yeah.
No, there's nothing worse than that shit. Like I've had to, literally that shit. Because I used to do like an hour commute, whether I lived in South Jersey or worked up here and vice versa. So that drive, I've had to do like, the tricep shit from out of my car, side of the
triceps.
road, and just be like, all right, are there any animals? Any animals? I lost my phone.
Tricep shit.
The tricep thing. I don't know what the fuck it's called. And I'm just here like, is there anything? No? Okay, real quick. Good baby wipe. Done. Good to go. I've had to do that a few times. I was also drunk some of those times, but
Understandable. That's a sight. When
By the
y'all-
way, seeing Sade drunk is just so effortless. She doesn't even look drunk. And then, like, if she ever needs to vomit, she'll always vomit gracefully. Like,
Graceful vomit. Word.
She'll never vomit on the floor or on the table. She'll find some cup, some bucket,
Oh, you're a
some
respectful
bag.
vomiter.
No, yes, I
Yeah,
am.
she is.
She got
She
proper
really will.
vomit.
No, okay. So story time. I was in Miami. Shout out to my Miami fam out there. So I was out there, and I forgot. We were just like fucking hopping around Wynwood, super drunk, and I barely ate that day because I was out there for work for a month. And what I did was I was working over in like a little, I mean, it's South Florida, but it's like northern up, so like an hour away from Miami. And anytime I was off, while it was my day off, my boss paid for my Airbnb while I was barely there. I would drive down to Miami. So I work, and when I work, I don't eat really, like, you know that. So I went, we were drinking. By the time I got there, fucking kitchen is closed. I'm like, where's the chimney truck? I need food. I'm dying. So they're like, oh, we're going to go eat. And these bitches fucking eat McDonald's and Taco Bell. And I like the only fast food I really eat, like McDonald's, if like it's in a pinch. But it's like chimney trucks, like shit like that. I mean, it's still kind of like real food. So we go to McDonald's, I pull up, or Taco Bell, I don't even recall which parking lot I threw up in. And I'm sitting in the back seat, and I'm just like, you know when the saliva builds up? I'm like, I'll be right back. Open the door, walk to the side, and my friend follows. She's like, are you okay? All hysterical. And I looked, I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm like, just like, no, I'm straight. She's like, you want me to? No, I'm good. I got this. Like, and I was like, okay, can I get some water? Like, gargles and spit it out. I was like, all right, I'm good. Got back in the car, like, all right, what's up?
See?
They were like, what the fuck? That was G as fuck. I was like,
That's
what?
Proper vomit etiquette.
I throw up like once a year, maybe twice, and I do it gracefully.
See, that's respectful.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love having somebody like that in your corner. That's
Yeah.
what's good.
Nobody likes a sloppy drunk.
Oh, no.
No, like, and my friend that was there, that bitch was like, I've had to hold her hair up a few times. And I was about to shout out her name. Let me not.
Chance the worst.
Let her put her on blast.
We got you.
The shitty vomit
She knows
etiquette.
who she is.
Yeah, the bad vomit etiquette is when you don't care, you're just gonna let it out. I hate people that vomit and scream at the same time.
Oh, when they did the sound effects?
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
not
there's
all
no
needed.
need for all that.
Not all needed.
Trying to belt it out a little bit more. I don't get it.
I don't get the sound effects at all.
No, I never understood that.
And then what's the other one?
It's
No,
the
'cause
violent.
there was the last time, and this kind of scarred me for Dominican parades.
No more Dominican parades for Sade.
I was at the one in the city, and we just got off the train, and I think where were we? I forgot where we headed. And we were like pre-gaming, and then went. And mind you, I mean, I'm with a whole bunch of people older than me because I'm the youngest of mad kids. So I always chilled with my sister. I was always like the little one that was there. So I'm with my sister and her friends. We get off the train, and her friend was just like, oh, I don't feel so good. Mind you, our liquor is in Gatorade bottles. She was drinking the red one. Guess
school.
what? There was red shit everywhere. And on the platform, just everywhere. And I'm just like, I'm gonna leave now. It was on some exorcist. Wait, I can't even talk now. Exorcist shit. Just,
Just projectile vomiting.
It was so bad.
Oh, that's the worst.
And it was just red everywhere. It was so bad. And I'm just like, I looked down at my hand. I got the Dominican flag in my hand. I'm like, never again. I'm Puerto Rican. That's it. Fuck this shit.
See, I've never been to a Dominican parade, but
Party too hard, let me tell you.
I bet it is. I've been to the Puerto Rican
It's
Day
annoying.
Parade.
It's pretty lit.
They'll start in Patterson because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, the only Puerto Rican parades I've gone to are in Patterson. I was part
They
of
know
one.
how to turn up like a week before the parade.
Oh, it's
Like the
already in.
weekend is away, and they're already putting up the Dominican flags on
Yeah.
their cars.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, they celebrating, yeah.
Just going in all week, like, oh, we're ready, we're getting ready, and I'm like, yo, it's literally on Saturday, and here we are on Monday. Like,
Oh, yeah.
relax. But I love the energy. I love
Oh
it.
yeah. I mean, I've done that. I've been to the Colombian. They're not even parades. They're fucking festivals. Ain't nobody parading.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Like that's been fun.
yeah.
That's been cool. But the
'Cause-
Puerto Rican Day Parade's got an energy of its own.
Yeah.
Like when I went.
The Colombian one, no, I'm not gonna shut on y'all. Like the Colombian one was dope.
They're just not walking anywhere. They're just standing in
No,
one
it's
spot.
literally you're just standing there. I was there, and background. One of my brothers and one of my sisters, they're half Colombian.
Mm-hmm.
They're from my mom's side, so they're half Colombian, half Puerto Rican. So they took me, them and like their cousins took me to the Colombian festival. Well, I almost said parade, but yeah, it's a festival. And yeah, I was just like, this is it. That's it.
There's not much. Not
I
much
just
going
walk around
on.
and I'm like, oh, arepa. Okay, cool, but that's it.
Yeah. Oh, food's great. You know what I mean?
No, food's dope.
People are dope. Music is
But
playing.
the energy is not.
The energy's different when you're walking somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel more like a
'Cause
star.
You're kinda, like, dancing
you know what I mean?
and
Yeah, you're
walking,
dancing and the
it's
shit's
like-
moving at the same time. I feel like you're in a music video. And
Man,
shit.
when I was
But that's
Yeah.
not how you feel in the Colombian.
Well, nah, because I mean, there's people passing by the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I see them. It might be some hot girl. She's dancing, shaking her shit. I'm like, looking like crazy. You know what I mean? If I do that at a Colombian festival where the girl's just standing there, like just standing, and I'm standing there and I just waving at her, that's gonna look fucking freaky. I'm gonna look like a pervert. But if she's on a float, automatically gives me like, hey, I can wave at you all day. What's up, baby?
I'm trying to think.
But if she's standing out there in the corner, I'm like,
Wait, is it?
how weird is that gonna be, right?
Have we been to the same festival?
I've been to the one in Elizabeth.
Oh.
Or was it? No, Newark. No, definitely Elizabeth.
Oh
And then there's
damn!
one
So
in-
you
there's one
guys
in
just
fucking
do.
Dover.
You guys literally just do festivals because I was in one in
Yeah,
Hackensack.
there's one. Yeah, the different towns will just
Oh
have a
my
festival.
god!
So instead of
Okay.
walking
Yeah.
everywhere and parading,
standing around.
you're
Yeah,
just
y'all
gonna stand
lazy
and meet a
shit.
few different towns.
They really are.
You
Yeah.
lazy motherfuckers.
Fucking
yeah.
Colombians, man. No, I'm, no, I'm,
you're-
I'm Colombian myself. No, I'm Colombian. No.
No, you are.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, you would think we'd have a parade by now. You would think,
But, oh, you
I'm
got
not-
this festival.
mother-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to be able to wave at a Colombian girl and not get
I even
ridiculed
told him,
for
I
it.
was like, what was it? I was like, if this is some lazy ass shit, my cousin looks at me, he's like, shh. He's like, you're outnumbered, right?
Not for nothing. I respect Colombian moms.
Yo.
Like there's no mom that I've seen that is like a warrior like that.
Shout
than
out to my
Colombian
moms.
Colombian moms. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
Literally,
they're
they
great.
will take a rib
Nah,
and
my
give
mom
it to
holds
their
it
mom.
down.
Like
My mom holds
they
it
will do
down.
everything.
Shout out to Puerto Rican
Yeah, moms in
My
general.
mom
Yeah,
holds it
I feel you.
Yeah,
Moms in
that's
general.
true.
Moms
There's
in general hold it
exceptions.
down.
There's exceptions.
True, like with everything, but yeah, fair enough. Oh, so that was still we were in the.
Oh,
what
I
would
got
you do
another
and went
one.
over where?
All right.
You got one?
Would you? No, I don't like it now. No.
Oh, no.
Would you got one or no? Go ahead.
Let's hear
Okay,
it,
so
let's hear
I was
it.
gonna say, would you rather leave your unemployed son homeless
Whoa.
or pay for his drug activities?
Oh, Jesus.
Damn. All right.
Just wanna.
That is tough.
You're trying to lighten the moment, then bam,
Oh
bring it
my
back to
God.
us.
Whoa, this is definitely straight away from the parade talk.
Okay.
Literally.
Repeat. I need.
Let's
All
hear it
right.
again. Let's hear it again.
I'm gonna put out my book now. Would you rather leave your unemployed son homeless or pay for his drug habits or illegal activities?
Does that mean he's still staying with me? And I'm supporting him, like giving him a place to live.
That
as well?
would mean
Yeah,
that you're
all
still
that.
supporting him if you were to do the other route.
Oh my God! Because I feel like if I don't support him, he's just gonna find his way into drugs anyway.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do when they're down and out.
I don't want to be an enabler, but I'm a ride or die, so I'm a. Yeah.
You would
I
pay
would.
for
It's tough.
the
I ride or die for my kid
activities.
because that way I can kind of monitor it.
Yeah.
You know, if that helps, like I won't buy him a whole eighth. I'll buy you a nickel bag or something.
To be honest, I don't. I maybe
Here's
I would.
your allowance.
Like, here's your allowance, nigga. You gonna get it done right here.
No, fucking dime. Give him a
I'm
nugget.
gonna give you a
Just-
little,
See that you're
You
gonna give
throw
him
you a
$10. I don't know what you're gonna cop with that,
here's
but
a little pinch of one hitter. Make it work. You be alright.
Can't even
so
fucking
you
roll
would
a
do
J
the
with that
same.
shit.
You would.
I think I would, man. I mean, it's your blood. I mean, I got a kid
Yeah.
right now. I can't ever imagine him going down that route.
To be honest, I think I
Ever.
would have done the other route. I would have just said,
Let them
"Nah,
homeless.
you're unemployed. Let's."
At the same time, yeah. I mean,
It's learning, like the way, what is it called? Just kind of throwing them to the wolves and being like, you gotta fucking learn.
you got to be able to
Get
Right.
step
out
up, be
of
on
it,
your own.
yeah.
And I feel like that builds character because, as a
not
person
wrong. You're not
who's
wrong.
been independent as, at a very young age, I was thrown out there as well. And I was like, I don't know what to do, but I figured it out. And that built a lot of character in me. So I think I would have want that for my son or daughter.
God damn it, you're right. I had to take back my answer because you can't guarantee that he's going to turn to drugs if he goes homeless. He might just have an epiphany, figure shit out, and end up being the best thing.
And
for
because
him.
he's your blood, you would know, you would figure out that maybe he would have some reason
Yeah.
that you had when you were younger
Yeah.
too. So yeah, I think
You're
you should
right.
have more faith in your child. 100%.
Damn it, you made me feel like I'm a faithless father. Shit.
It happens, you know.
Damn.
No, I'm gonna stay with mine. Yeah.
Stay with yours?
Yeah.
You want to throw in a question in there?
No, I got. Oh, you got.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
All right,
well, that was a good one. Shit, Val.
Thank you.
Would you rather be an animal that's on the land, an animal that can fly, or an animal in the water?
Okay, we got a nature one. All right.
So would you rather just like chill on four legs, fly, or swim? Pretty much live under the water.
I think this question, I would fly.
Yeah.
Because the second favorite animal for me is the eagle, the bald eagle. It's like the bird that can literally fly through any storm. Like their wings are supposed to just extend so much
Good
that
point.
they can just fly through a storm. It's
Good
crazy. So I take it as like, you know, with real life shit and how, you know, sometimes we may go through our storms and, you know, we could still fly through it. So like I would definitely say I would fly because I could see everybody above me and I'll be like, oh, look at them. You know what I'm saying? I could fly to Japan if I wanted to, you know what I'm
You
saying?
made it metaphorical too. Holy shit,
That's
we
a
can
good
fly
one.
through any issue we have.
We could fly through any
Double and
issue
triple
for
and
real,
something.
for real.
Go
I was
ahead.
like, I can't say land if I'm gonna use it. I can't walk through any fucking problem. That's not as cool sounding.
But the ocean is also like a pretty vast,
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary as
I think I
unknown.
would-
Like 90% of the ocean is unknown.
I think I would.
All the
pick,
more reason why I wouldn't want to swim. Because if that's
I
the
think
truth,
I would pick fly too.
I gotta pick fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that worries me about fly is like weather-wise and shit like that. And like, I mean, there's endangered animals anywhere, so nowhere is really is safe. I wouldn't want to be on land because people are assholes and taking over. That's for sure.
Plus, if I'm flying, I'm not guaranteed to be a bald eagle. I might be a fucking paloma or some shit like that. You can't.
I'm a dove.
A
bitch.
dove.
I'm a
bitch.
dove, bitch.
Shout out to Paloma.
I might just be a dove. I can't really. Or where's a pigeon?
I have to now
No,
tell people.
I don't know if I want to be a pigeon. I don't want to
Or
be
a
a
fucking-
pigeon.
I'm a fucking parakeet.
No, but if I was underwater, I would definitely want to be a shark.
Yeah,
Shark all the fucking way.
that or a fucking squid or
Sharks
something
run
that can defend myself.
With the psh.
Yeah, a fucking squid, the big ass
Squids got
tentacles
their
and
own
shit.
Fireworks and shit.
All right, that's a good one. That's another good one. All right.
All right, so I have another one.
Let's
Would you
hear it.
rather be able to detect any lie you hear or get away with any lie you tell?
Oh shit, that's good.
Oh, I got
Yo,
another
Val
one
came
too.
out
Okay,
strong.
wait, hold on.
All right, let's hear it. Let's
Hold
hear
on.
it.
Sorry, because I have one, but go ahead. I gotta hear it again.
Would you rather be able to detect any lie you hear or
Yeah.
get away with any lie you tell?
Both come with very, very big pros and cons.
I would rather be a human lie detector. I think they're
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, I can like kind of be like, you fucking lying to me. But I also think everybody's lying.
Okay.
Fun
I can see
fact
Yeah.
that.
about
I can
Sade.
see that.
Yeah.
What
where I'm
makes
just,
you
like,
kind of like get to that?
skeptical. I
Past
guess
experience?
just just being like, I don't fucking trust you. Like I have major trust issues. I think that's why I don't open up right away, because it took me a while to open up to you. You'll see that side of me soon.
Yeah. Or
But yeah, I think I'd rather stick with the lie detector thing. Yeah.
I think so too. I think having that ability might force me to keep it real with people on my own when I'm talking to them, so I don't have to like ever worry about being put in that position where I might have to lie.
I agree.
So I think
I don't
have
like
its
lying to
downsides,
others
though.
neither, to be
No.
honest. So to have that ability, I
I'll
think that's
lie
a
if it's like
curse,
necessary.
kind of.
Like I'll be like, yeah, you're up next. Yeah.
Like, small little lies, yeah, like that, yeah.
Yeah, the show starts at 8. Yeah.
The show starts at
9:30.
10 o'clock. So yeah, like little things like that. Yeah, like that's if it's like necessity or just like white lies. But I don't think I would want to live my life as a lie. That's what's essentially what it is. That's what it is.
I think a lot of people who were brought up in minority areas are good at doing that because, you know, we had to. in order
Lie or
for
it's tech lies?
to lie in any
Well, that's
situation
like,
out. Like if they ask me my name, I'm not gonna tell them my name. If
That's
I'm in Patterson, I'm gonna be like, nah, my name is.
But that's when like
You know?
when you grew up in like streets and all that shit, and you had to be street smart. That's what it is. It's survival.
Yeah, lying can be survival in minority areas.
And
yeah.
it becomes a kind of survival tactic as well
You
when
drink
you
all the
have to
grapefruit?
pick up on a lie.
No, there should be a lot more in there.
Like if you're in a situation where all you got to do is not all you got to do, but what you're doing a lot of is lying. You're able to pick up on bullshit as well. When you hear a liar, you know it.
Yeah,
know
I
what
always
I
say
mean? That can
can't
help you out
bullshit a
a lot.
bullshitter. That's for
There you
sure.
go.
really can't.
There you go. Exactly.
100%.
Damn, that's some
Alright.
really good ones. Shit, we got a couple more before we
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, how many? You want to do 2 more? 1 more?
We can do two.
We could do
two more.
2 more?
2 more. Why not?
2
Yeah.
more.
All right, then I'll do
It's
one.
going
you do
good.
one? Would you rather create history or delete it?
Talk about my own internet history or just make a.
I would rather make history.
No, like
Oh.
things in your past. Like, would you rather
Oh,
create
okay.
history or would you rather go back and be like, oh, that never happened?
I would create history.
It really comes down to it. Like, do you have regrets? That's what the question is asking. That's what would you rather questions are so good because it's really asking who you are as a person.
I don't have any regrets that would hurt my current situation, I guess I would say. So it's just like maybe an embarrassing moment from high school or something that I want to delete just out of my own memory bank. But like nobody else really like cares about it.
Yeah, that
You know
I
what I
can see
mean?
that. Where I'll have random memories just pop up, and I'm like, ugh, like you just like, ugh, I don't. Why am I remembering that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, there's
I
nothing
feel
right
like
now that I wanna
it's
delete.
essential to make history because I think through hearing your history, people can learn. And your experiences can help someone else go through an experience that they're currently going through.
Especially when
So
I'm in full control of creating it, and definitely I'd do something super positive that would like have meaningful impact and shit. Yeah, definitely create history. Absolutely.
yeah, because if you delete it all, then no one's going to hear it. No one's going to.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah.
And it'll most likely be something embarrassing that you don't want anybody else to know and shit like that. But I'd rather just create something so big that it outweighs that.
Yeah, I would rather make, even if you're not like, if the question's asking, would you like delete not just your history, but like just history in general?
Like an
Okay.
event in history.
Yeah, where it's saying, would you rather create history like you were the first person to do this and you're in history books, or go back and delete it? I
think
wouldn't-
essentially we delete it ourselves.
I wouldn't delete it. I mean, like, no, it's saying like delete, like say, fucking
Like delete
MLK
slavery?
dying, yeah, and slavery, like shit like that. Or
But don't you
delete-
feel like some of it's edited out and it's not fully true?
that for sure?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So technically, we can say that some parts have been deleted from
Yeah, no,
our knowledge.
it's been deleted because there's people in power that can do that.
Exactly.
Because history was made, and they're like, nah, I don't like it. Delete.
Right. Let me rewrite it.
Imagine the history books and our grandkids, how that shit's gonna look. They might not even mention slavery. Jesus.
Actually,
I don't know.
Going back to a perfect note here, one of my friends, he was from Jersey, and his homegirl was from Texas,
Okay.
and her history book was completely different from our Jersey history book.
Right.
So their lessons and what they do there and how they were taught are completely different to how we are taught history in Jersey.
So are the facts not the same?
They're truly not. They're completely different. Like, she moved from Texas to Jersey and then realized that the whole entire educational system was completely different, and everything in the history books that she learned in Texas were completely opposite in what she learned in
Well, that's
Jersey.
fucking scary, especially history.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So technically we can say that history has been edited or altered in some way depending on where
sure.
you live.
Oh, yeah, the winner always rewrites history.
100%.
Come on, man.
Jews running this earth. Let me stop.
Yeah. Another conspiracy theory.
Well, we can go on.
Agenda there. Thanks, Val.
Wow, that's some shit. But yeah, if we're gonna end that one there, create history. Create history for sure.
Create history.
That's unanimous. I figured, but I still wanted to ask it.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see.
All right, so we have time for one more.
Yeah, one more. Go ahead.
All right, so the one I asked before is more of a sexual thing. Would you guys rather go a whole year without sex or go a whole year without head? And this is, mind you, this is you getting the head, not giving it. Tough one.
Jesus.
If you gotta think about it, it means you've gotten some great head. That's what I'm assuming. Yes. Okay.
I would give up give up sex.
Give up sex. Okay. Reason. You've gotten some good head before.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I would say
there's things you can fucking do. I'm good.
literally, you don't have to penetrate to satisfy a female.
Talk about it.
Just saying.
Talk about it.
Give you guys some pointers. But no, on some serious, I think I would give up sex because as I told, Kid Pro and Sade, like I've been in situations or in relationships where the head wasn't really important from the guy's perspective to give to me. So yeah, and then when the times where I've gotten amazing head,
you want payback. That's
yeah, like at the end of the day, like why not? I think I've had amazing head, and I would be satisfied with just that. Like I don't need to have your dick inside me. Like I'm sorry. I mean, it doesn't have to get to that, but
yeah, I'm sticking with my answer. I'm good.
Yeah. What about you?
You know what? I've gotten some great head. So I've gotten some great head. It's amazing. Amazing. Eyes rolling in the back of the head type.
Asking guys these
I know, me too.
No, that's ask away. I've gotten some great eye roll in the back of the head type head. Yeah. I could be good with just head.
Okay,
I think so.
That's a shocker.
Don't get me wrong. Sex is fucking fantastic. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially when both parties know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But there's just something a little more, I guess, intimate about head, and it's just, I guess, it can just be enjoyable more.
Yeah.
I just like I can't be in a relationship with just sex and no head. I can't do it.
And that's what every guy says, which is a shocker to me that guys don't return the favor. Some guys are slacky. They slack.
That are not head guys.
Yeah.
One of the jobs that I had, it was slow as hell at the restaurant. We're just bullshitting. So we started Would You Rather. We did this shit for like a week straight. Just like going home and like, yo, we came up with more questions. And that was one of the questions asked, and all the guys, I'm trying to think. One guy was like, so if I give up sex, is the head bad? Because technically the question doesn't say if it's good or bad.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I was like, go on the premise that it's all good. He's like, all right, I'll give up sex. Then other guys are like, the fuck? No, I'm giving up head. Fuck that shit. Like, I don't even like getting head. And that's when I discovered there's guys that don't like getting head.
True.
It's weird.
And I didn't know that.
And
either.
I'm guessing that's based off past experiences. Because
Probably.
I've gotten some shitty head.
That's what. Yeah,
The
it was
teeth
like,
and
did
all?
you get? Yeah, that's what I asked him. I was like, did you get some teeth? You get some molars? Like,
Were teeth, or she just looked at it like she didn't know what the hell it was. Like she didn't know what to do. Like the mouth wasn't wet, very dry. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Smoked a blunt before.
Yeah.
Probably
cotton mouth head. Well, no, the girl didn't smoke, so I didn't understand it. I was like, what's wrong with you right now? It was weird shit like that.
Feeling like, are you a little dehydrated down there?
Yeah, like, what's up? But that's happened, just like...
Would have got the water bottle.
Yeah.
Get the sports cap, like...
aimed at her mouth.
Like, just no experience. Like, you would have thought that her idea of blowjob was just literally just blowing onto the like shit like that. Like, that bad. Like, that bad.
Nah,
so
she's just blowing air on your dick.
Yeah, not paying... Just... Giving an air dry. I'm like, get the fuck off me. But not paying attention to, like, the other parts because,
It's everything.
It's everything. Just, there's foreplay that's connected to it and shit.
I agree.
There's certain things you do.
Foreplay is important, and I think a lot of people just skim through that, and it's like, no, you can't skim through foreplay.
No. That's why I don't understand when people say, like, I'm not a head person. Like, I don't give or I don't like receiving, so I don't care if I give or not. Like, it's whatever.
I just feel like if you don't care about receiving, you probably have had a bad head experience.
Yeah, like, but it makes no sense. And, like, I asked the person, like, no, I just don't care for it. So what do you go, like, straight to, like, insertion? Like, you just bang it out and that's it? Like, that's awkward.
That's really
awkward. Because also...
you're drunk.
Sometimes
I don't feel that. No, even drunk.
It's not like the movies where you just turn around and just slips in. That's how you always see that shit. That's so fucking weird.
You're going to be ready.
Yeah.
That movie sex, I think, is so annoying. You know what bothers me on some Peter shit, grinds my gears.
Nice reference.
Is... What is it? When the girl just gets up and walks away, and that's it. And it's like, bitch. Or they're just laying there. I'm like, I know, bitch, you gotta pee. Like a UTI. You're not gonna fucking go to the bathroom.
It's true.
You're not gonna clean up. You didn't even see the guy taking the condom off. Or is there a condom? You just got shit dripping down. Like,
you have to.
That always bothers me.
This is my other theory. Other theory.
Does it bother anybody?
Oh yeah, it's bothers
No,
them.
it definitely does bother.
Is.
I just feel this is not. I just be
It's
there in the
woman
movie,
etiquette. We should know this.
believable.
101. That we need to go to the bathroom after.
Well, yeah.
But on my thing that I was gonna point out is that I feel my theory on sex, and when women say I don't like this position or I don't like giving head, I don't think it's that they don't like it. I just think that we just don't know how to. So therefore, our way of escaping is saying I just don't like it.
So they're insecure about giving the head.
Yes, 100%. Or let's say if a girl says I don't like riding, it's because you don't know how to really ride. So
Yeah.
instead of you practicing with that person, you're just gonna tell him, listen, I just don't like riding.
Like, just teach me what to do. Guys love that shit.
That's true,
Just say
but
this
a
is
lot of
what-
females are embarrassed to say that, so they just I don't like it.
Well, it's a very intimate. It's a very intimate thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can see where you can get really insecure really quick.
But sex is intimate, so why not, like, be like, teach me?
I guess they don't
No?
expect to say it, and they don't want it. Maybe she thinks some guys will like
True.
be like less turned off from
Unless
it.
all
like
she's
teach
all
you. What
she's
the fuck do you
do-
mean teach?
Yeah,
unless
like, I thought you
she's-
knew.
She has to,
Yeah.
then somebody like that would just be on some what's it called, like one night stand shit, banging her way through fucking Tinder.
And that type of shit that you don't really talk about that as much. Well, I mean, when you're dating somebody at first, you don't really get into that conversation of like, hey, I'd like to be told what to do. Not until you get to that moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 'cause
See, I'm the
it's
complete
intimate.
opposite. I will literally let
So you're
them
very
know.
open from the get.
I'm very open,
Oh, see, that's
and I
good.
think that takes a lot of people
But is
off
that
guard.
But is that first date talk for you?
It depends, because with me, I'm very selective. I have to already have built a relationship or a friendship of some sort in order for
you need
me.
chemistry.
So it's not blind date talk
So it's
to you.
not.
It's not.
Obviously,
It's
okay.
always me knowing the person for like a year or 2 years, and then he asks me out, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
And then from there, you feel you can have that conversation.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Because like at the end of the day, I don't mind being open as
Right.
long as the guy's open with me. But half the time, it's like, yeah, the guy will talk up and how they're open, and they're not
Yeah.
really. But I'm always open. Like, this is me. I'm open.
See?
Not in emotional, just like you ask me anything, I will honestly
You're open book.
answer it. Yeah, 100%. Why are we gonna hide it? And I feel like that comes in with the millennial dating topic, which is kind of like where we are all used to internalizing our issues, that it's not normal for us to talk about it or to say, hey, how's your day? It's actually not good. We don't have that relatable conversation. Back in the day when we didn't have phones, we did. But
you
now
have to
that
use
we have this image that we portray on social media, there's this thing where we have to keep up with this image where we're happy, we're traveling, even though we're not. Even though we're living in Hackensack, even though I just traveled like a month ago in Bermuda and I'm posting it today. You know, we can pretend, we can play the image, we can put it up, and we would literally live by that image as millennials. So I don't want this person that asked me out on the date for my followers or for this page that he followed me on, for him to know all of these other things that I've hid,
Okay.
that I've internalized.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like, this is what I perceive
Like
myself, and this is what you think I am.
smoky mirrors?
But this is exactly who I am, and I only share this to my family or my best friend, like whatever. But there's never that real connection.
Good point. And that kind of brings us into what we were mentioning before. One of your takes that you want to get into was millennial dating.
100%.
You said like the differences between old school dating and dating of what it's turned into today. Now, all right. Now, I haven't been much on the dating scene right now. Yeah, so I guess you gotta be a resident on this as well. But I can,
Sorry.
but I can
Sorry.
agree. Just seeing my friends date, my younger siblings date, I can kind of tell that the game has changed
100%.
from when I first started dating, from when you first started dating.
Yeah.
So, what to you, Val, are like the main differences you see between the millennial dating as opposed to the old school dating, like when our parents were out there dating? I guess we'll just use that as
I feel like there's no pure intent. There's no true intent behind it.
Okay.
We can say, oh, I'm looking for this, nothing serious. But then after that, they wouldn't get into details as a millennial. But therefore, if you look at old school dating and how they used to talk to each other, it was seamless. It was natural, really. It was like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this kind of relationship. I'm looking for these qualities. Do you have this to offer? If not, don't waste my time. But this kind of millennial dating era, we're kind of playing tit for tat. We're kind of you go first. Okay, however you react, that's how I'm gonna react.
Okay.
You're gonna text me. I'm gonna wait for like an hour to keep
I hate
waiting.
that bullshit. I hate that shit.
Let's talk about it. I mean, does that even matter? Like,
it shouldn't matter. I don't know where things turn that way.
It just so
No. I was looking up.
like there's people that even say double texting is bad, and that's a thing that women now in this generation are like, oh, you double text. Like what? Like I didn't know that was a thing that I had to also keep track of.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. When the current situation, 8 years long and shit. So in that time, like in the first, I mean, technically, I guess 9 years, because that first year,
woo woo!
it
Shout out to those long relationships.
It doesn't. The first year doesn't count because he had his little bitches. I had some guys, so it like it wasn't like it was
bitches.
like he was talking, I was talking, we were talking together. Like it wasn't that big of a deal, and it was, I kind of contemplated. I'm like, I kind of text him twice. All right, let me just text the next one. Like that was it. Like, but I get it was what happened.
Kid Pro.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They only saw the top part. They didn't see nothing. Anyway, so I do feel it was kind of present. I mean, it's not old school. It was only, 10 years ago. But I did feel like I did kind of text him like twice.
So you felt your double text was an issue?
Yeah, like I think it's more now it's held in that regard where it's like that's a little desperate. Back then it was kind of like I don't know if I should just wait, because I guess when you go on a date, I haven't really dated.
Exactly.
We just kind of we didn't really even date. Like it was just like
You hung out?
yeah, like
it was a
we had
vibe. It was natural. It was a chem.
vibe. Since like day one, we had mutual friends. He pissed me off. Stopped talking to him. Then he tried like getting back into good graces, and then it just went right back to normal.
Now, did you guys go through a quote unquote talking phase where you're feeling each other out?
With that, I guess that would be the first year, no?
That would be like,
That
I
was
guess, the
first year.
friendships, the first year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Getting to know one another.
Yeah, we met June 2010. Yeah.
But is it talking if you two are
It was just-
exclusive? Or is it now
No.
dating? Because then technically, aren't you talking to everyone?
True.
Because I never understood that. Like
Well, okay. Yeah, I was talking to somebody about this. Fuck.
when I was in
We
high
were talking
school.
about talking and dating. I think that was you. And we had this whole fight and got all the other servers involved. So, talking to me is like flirting. Like
So
that was the first
you're both
year.
single. Y'all
Yeah.
always seeing each other the same place and y'all flirting,
It's just like flirting. That's it.
but you haven't
But it
done
was
anything.
the same bounce and
Yeah, we
back
didn't. The first
flirt.
year we didn't do shit like kiss here and there, like randomly. Like, and then he was in New York. He would bust it out over here, and then we just like chill at my friend's house. Whenever her mom was like away to DR, she had OC. OC days. Open
I
crib.
know, right? She's lighting up right now.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think. That first year was kind of just talking. Like I didn't think anything of it really.
Okay.
That's how it
wasn't, like,
normally starts, though.
exclusive.
Like, you don't think anything of it. You just
was
kind of
also
chill,
17,
vibe,
so-
hang out with that person, and then it turns out to be something. At least for me, because like I said, I have to because I'm girly, like perceive myself as girly, but like my personality, I'm a big tomboy.
Right.
So like when men, get to know that side of me, they're like, oh my god, it throws me off because like you wear nails, you do this, and but you're literally a like half guy, and,
Right.
and she can relate to that too. So like
Yeah.
I do it based on that, and then as our friendship gets closer, as I vibe and feel you, like a year, 2 years, then he asks me out on a date, and that's how I do it now because I can be real with that person, and that person can be real with me. But a lot with like millennial dating, it's not like that. It's kind of like, oh, I find you cute, I saw you on Tinder, swipe right, we met up, and then we're gonna hope for a hookup at the end of the night, and if it happens, cool, and if it doesn't, then
feel like
there's
it's-
something wrong with me.
I feel like it's gotten much easier.
Yes,
It's gotten much easier and lazier, maybe.
I don't have to try.
I'm
Yeah,
an outsider.
Everything is so rushed from what it looks like to me. Like
Yeah.
if we meet up on Tinder, if we're not fucking by the first night, what's the point of keeping this going?
exactly. And I feel like a lot of us women, especially in this generation, don't self-reflect with ourselves a lot.
Right.
what we like to do is distract ourselves, and what a perfect distraction instead of a dick or a man that can give me that satisfaction or that escape for that moment or that time, because I don't have to think about it. And then after the sex and after all that, then I'm left with the pieces. I'm left with the things that I wanted to ignore.
Right.
And then if you think about it, like everything, like from back then, it was normal to have a kid in your 20s. And then fast forward to now, it's like, well, not to present, but at some point it was like, all right, no, kids in your 30s, and all of a sudden it's like, kid in your 40s, like we're just gonna keep pushing it.
I agree.
Where it's like we're just gonna all hoe around, and that's guys included, because guys can be.
My sister and I were talking about that. The more that we age, like she's starting to say that now this generation they're having kids later and later.
Right.
Where it's, fast forward 10 years, let's rewind 10 years ago, and there were so many kids having kids,
my high school had a daycare.
With, exactly.
That's good.
No, but the daycare, they made it into a class, I think. Yeah. So there was like, it was
They were
like kind of
teaching
like
the kids?
home ec, but you were also, it was just weird. It was just weird, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And like,
At
it
a
was
daycare.
normal.
I'm not taking
It
care
wasn't
of
normal,
this
but it
girl.
was like becoming of our norm to have kids at a young age, like at 20, 19, even younger than that. And now, we keep pushing the date further and further. My sister is a young mom, and so that's why she's starting to notice that a lot. She's 27 and she has a 5-year-old, and people look at her like, oh my God, and she's looking around and she's seeing how everybody is starting at 30, 31, 35 to start kids. And I mean, she understands it, but at the same time, you're not going to live until like you're like in your 50s.
Right.
Whereas for her son will be all grown and a teen by when she's like in her 30s and 40s. So she'll be good. She'll be able to travel.
Her best life right now.
Right. Like
That
my
bitch is
mom
always
is
on
living her
vacation.
best life too.
Shout out to moms. That's what's up.
Shout out to the moms,
She
like
be popping up at shows and
She's
leaving
awesome,
drunk
by the
as
way,
hell.
yo. She's awesome.
I
was
feel
fun
like
to
I
be
get her in
around.
trouble every second Thursday. Check in an open mic. I always feel like I get her in trouble because she be leaving here drunk as hell, and like I can't. Too funny.
Yeah, she was very
but
happy.
she can
last
do
time.
that though,
Hell
like
yeah.
her oldest right
She's
now.
earned
like,
it.
how old are you? I mean, her youngest.
I'm her youngest. I turned 27 in a few months.
So yeah,
Nice,
so
nice.
she's chilling. Her youngest is 27. She just has to worry about her getting her bag and trying to make sure that her kids are good.
Yeah, like she like supports us. Like she's always 100% supports us. But it's like here it's like little and little. Like, oh, you just moved? Because when like my sister moved to Vegas, my brother moved to Arizona, like stuff like that. I'm helping. She kind of helps us with the podcast, stuff like that too. So it's like little things here and there.
Aw,
So that's all she has to worry about. She was like, well, I have all this, and all my kids don't need me. So here, just take it. Like when you guys need it, take it. So yeah.
That's what's up. That's mom.
Yeah.
But the other point you meant to, I meant to go back. The one big thing I saw with the instant gratification is that there's no longer courtship.
Yeah.
Like guys aren't going out of their way to pursue just one girl, get to know her, take her out, work on building that relationship. Like it goes back to what I said before. It's like, yo, if we're not fucking, what are we doing?
But that's another
Like
good
that's
point.
one big difference.
That's a good point. How can a man focus on that one girl if there's this girl and this girl and this girl hitting me up on the DM and Snap, and she looks 10 times better?
Or maybe not even better, but looks like she might do more.
Or do more, or she seems like she just know more.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna drop the good girl that's a good potential for me.
Yeah.
Because this one right here is gonna satisfy my needs.
Absolutely.
And that's that instant gratification. Going back,
Yeah.
it's like, why settle or why focus on this one girl and put my eggs all in one basket when I have all these other girls around me that are hitting me up that are just as fine or offer more sexually, and let me just go for them.
And then you're stuck trying to be a player. You're stuck trying to do more for everybody. And then you're missing out on things like we talked about before, chivalry. Mm-hmm. Like one of the main things along with courting a girl was that you had to take her out. You did little things like hold the door open for her. You
Pull out the chair.
pull out the chair for
There's
her,
nothing like that. No.
pay for the
Niggas
meal
on some
type
shark
stuff.
shit.
Niggas on some sorry shit, right?
But yeah, I
get
think
to
the
that
lost.
next time.
Yeah, I think the art of courtship has definitely taken a back seat because of the era that we're now in. Like, you don't really see guys going out of the way. And if they do, it's some cheesy-ass Instagram post where they want to show off to everybody that, hey, I just covered her whole bed in flowers.
Or some
and rose
quote
petals, or
that
some
their
quote
boy told them to put because that worked on them.
And they found a Hallmark card in Walmart. You know? Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, that wasn't even a thing. It was kind of like, I'm sorry, my fiance, you know, up there who passed away, the way he approached me was different, and that's why I gave him that time. Okay. Like, he didn't approach me like all these other little youngins and these millennials where they came off as cocky, like they knew they were gonna get me. And I looked at them like, you don't know. Like, you have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna let you play. I'm gonna add some fuel to your fire. But at the end of the day, when you ask me that question, I'm not going to say yes. I'm going to say no.
Right.
But the way he approached me was like, listen, he told me this word for word. He said, my attention is on you. I'm not moving. I'm not going. Where you go, I will follow. When he said that to me, I said, okay, this is a whole nother, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But no man has ever sat me down and said, listen, like, my place is open.
Right.
I have nothing to hide. There's no bobby pins anywhere. There's no proof of other females being in there. It's open. It's yours. And so when I saw that and the actions were also given, that's when I knew the difference between a man really knowing what he wanted and a man just playing around with me.
Oh, yeah, because it's easy to say words all day and tell you that, but it's the actions that really cemented that
exactly. For you. And I've come to realize that too more. Like, a lot of people could talk up a good game, but the actions will never follow. So I believe the actions more than what you say. You can say that, oh, you're beautiful, you're number one to me. But if you're not showing me that through your actions, then it's bullshit to me. Yeah. It goes out the door. You're just trying to fit this image that you yourself don't see, that you yourself are trying to reach.
Very true. And it all starts with those little things. From just opening the door.
And I'm not saying it's easy. It's definitely not easy.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I think that because of the way that the era is now and the internet and shit, we'll never see that old school type of dating again. I think if anything, it's just going to get worse. Like, I'm really fear for, like, my kids right now, how they're going to be when they start dating. You know, like, I would tell my kid, hi, this is how you should talk to a girl, this is how you should do it. But how can I really tell him that if he's not experiencing that? Because the whole game's shifted.
Right.
Yeah.
And it will shift by the time he's, like, in his teens. 100%.
Like, I'm afraid of, like, he's going to have an app when he's old enough that's just going to have every girl in his high school, and he can just swipe right, swipe left. And to think about the emotional trauma that's going to bring the girls when it's like this girl and this girl is like having an argument about who got more swipe rights. You know, like, I fear for that too because of their mental shit that they'll be going through, because that's just going to make them feel more insecure.
But that's also important in the millennial dating, like I said, is because we perceive this image and we put it up at this platform.
So we're all faking it.
But that one comment, that one negative comment would get to us because we're using this platform as our confidence, as our therapy.
To shatter, like, that pretty image.
Exactly. Yeah. The moment we have that one bad comment, I've seen it. This girl deletes her whole post. I'm like, why are you gonna do that? And she's like, oh, because that comment wasn't vibing with what I was.
You can delete the comment.
You can delete the comment. You can leave the comment.
Right, but she said, but it got to her insecurities to a point where she said, I'm just going to delete the whole post because that one negative comment got to her. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what we millennials depend so much on this social media platform that we choose for it to define us. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way.
And it's even more so, I don't know what to call them, but the generation after us.
Post-millennial. They're post-millennial.
That's the official?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta think of a better name. That's shitty.
Yeah, that's just like
we are part of the millennials, but they are post-millennial. There's a heightened. I know it starts from the 2000 and.
Wait, hold on. Millennial, doesn't that end at like 93, 94?
Millennial ends at the 2000s, right when the post-millennial starts. Millennial starts at 79 through, like around 2000.
So I'm technically like,
that's a big ass group.
Well, I was born in 86. So
I was 92.
I guess I'm still Generation X. No,
you're
Generation Y. I'm millennial. I'm still millennial.
Fact check. We will fact check some things on this podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I was in that era where I was old enough to remember what it was like not having internet and then having it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I remember.
That's why we're the millennial generation, because we came from like literally dial up from phones in the cars to cellular devices like
Yeah.
razors, beepers.
Like, I can remember when that wasn't the case.
That's us. That's the millennial generation, and that's why we are that. But the people after that,
it's early 80s to it's early 2000s.
Yep.
Oh, then, yeah.
80.
That's it.
81. No, it says 81 to 96.
okay.
So we,
That I feel more
millennials.
comfortable with that.
So then what's after? Is it
I
still
feel way more
post-millennial?
comfortable. I guess.
After that is
one.
post
Only
millennial.
millennial would have called that shit post-millennial because we lazy as fuck.
I-
Yeah, post-millennial. Yeah, we're calling that.
No, Generation Z.
Generation Z. I thought it was something like
Yeah,
that.
early. Yeah, it's from the mid 90s, so that's like after 96 to early 2000s. So no, wait. So are we in a whole nother generation already?
We
Yeah,
gotta
we
be in
are.
a whole new one right now at this point.
Okay,
With
what
all
is
this
the
shit
name
going
of the
on?
current?
We're all guilty. Like, I didn't know that us sleeping with our phone next to us is a millennial issue.
Oh, yeah.
Us
Yeah, no, it
carrying
is.
our cellular device on us like it's a beeper is an issue.
Yeah.
Like, that's the millennial issue. Like, we need to put ourselves on check on that
I have
because
official dates.
what? Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So millennials 1980 to 94, somewhat official, or this is somebody's blog, whatever. Generation Z, technically millennials is also like Generation Y because after X. And then Generation Z is 95 to 2012, so that's 24 and all that.
kids.
And then I don't agree with this name. I don't like it at all. Generation Alpha.
Oh.
If it ain't
Which is
some
what?
bullshit,
Where we're at right now?
yeah. So 2013, and that'll go up to 2025.
I don't know about that. I ain't calling these niggas Generation Alpha.
Yeah,
Fuck all
and
that.
fuck out of here.
I'm be mad as fuck. Yelling
You're
at
6
them
years
damn
old
kids.
right now. I'm not calling you fucking Alpha.
What's up, Alpha?
I'm gonna
Fuck outta
kick
here.
you and your other 9
I'm gonna
fucking
treat you
little
like
kids.
a fucking
Right.
baby, like a 10-year-old baby. Kick
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Millennial dating revolves around those likes and those comments.
Well, yeah, and that's the shit.
Revolve
that
around
I-
those followers and all
Which
this.
it's weird to me, and that's why I always worry about like the generation after us. Is if we experience both, like pre and post, like internet and shit like that. Jesus, these people only know internet.
100%.
I would not be able to date a young 20-something nowadays
Because they don't have
that.
No.
Like, if I try to tell her, hey, I'm all about you, I'm trying to make this happen with you, she might act a different way and get caught up in the whole bullshit of social media.
No, we
I don't think I could
There's
handle
so
that.
many
I
distractions.
don't
Like,
think
you
I
don't
can
understand. Like, me posting up a picture just of me in a selfie, which is why I barely post selfies, period. Or body pictures, really. But I'm going to get to that. I instantly get like 4 people on my DM. But mind you, when I posted my quotes, when I posted meaningful life lesson stuff, they don't come into my DMs.
Okay, so let's get into that. Let's get into that. This is perfect.
God.
Because I hear this all the time with girls, and it kind of ties into what we were saying before. Like, you'll post a picture of yourself, body shot or whatever, or just anything showing
Just
up.
like a full body.
Full
mirror
body,
pic.
okay, something like that. Something might show off your curves or whatever. You don't see it that way, but a guy's gonna be like that.
Damn.
And you'll get an instant DM. What would the DM say? Obviously, don't give us a name, but what would the DM say?
The DM would be like a casual, hi, what's up? I didn't notice this or I didn't see this.
They said I didn't notice or I didn't see.
They literally would say like, yo, why you been hiding that or stuff like that. Yeah.
All right.
And if I was a weak-minded woman, right? Like I was saying, like I have insecurities too, but I know how to battle them and face them. Like everybody, any woman becomes comfortable in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I was that person that didn't, believe in myself or have that confidence in myself, I would have been like entertaining them. I would have went right along and said, yeah, you didn't notice.
would've,
Like,
fell for the
what?
trap.
I would have fell for the trap.
Right.
But because I'm not that low in myself, I was like, yeah, and like, so now you're hitting me up. Like, I don't get it.
So do you feel like that's something that's gonna happen a lot more if you start posting more yourself?
100%. I'm probably gonna get that attention that I don't want, but if that's what I want to go to the next level for my artistry and I have to post more, I will. But that's not the attention that I'm trying to get from it neither. I'm trying to just be like, this is what I'm trying to do as my artistry. This is Val, and this is what it is. But people will not look at it that way.
I know there's
Sex
several
sells.
people in my DMs that are muted or blocked in general. No, I don't block them because it's like, come to my show, pay to get inside. But I will mute them. I'll just ignore it. Like, it's just too much sometimes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like she's in a relationship, but there's some females
I'm
that
married.
are in
I
a
don't know
relationship.
anything that's going on right now. I'm married.
There's people who are in relationships that would feed into that because they're that weak.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine did. You know, my man isn't giving me this attention, but this man is.
Right.
So let me entertain him, and he don't have to know. What he don't know won't hurt him, right?
That shit boggles my mind.
And that boggles me too.
The fuck is the point? Oh my God! Can we talk about cheating?
Yes.
Did you want to get into it?
Yeah, we're getting into it.
All right.
Fuck it. So I had this friend cheating on his girl a lot. And I asked him, and this is during the would you rather things.
Okay.
And there's a question along the lines like, would you rather be in a relationship and cheat all the time or be single and just, live life like regular? But I asked him the question, and it's funny because that's what he's doing right now. Like, well, at the point is he was in this relationship, but he was with other people.
Okay.
And I'm like, then be open. I know plenty of people that are in open relationships and they fucking love it and it works for them. I mean, there's some people that don't work for them, but different story, different episode. But it's like, why? Just why? Be single and fuck around. Why do you need to be in a relationship
and bring somebody down with you?
Yeah. I think even she was cheating on too. I'm like, what is the point? It's a waste of time.
Oh, okay. So he found out that she was cheating too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's a fucked up answer, but I think for most guys, I think that's what it comes down
Like
to.
I'm getting a text message like, why are you talking about my shit on the podcast? I'm sorry, bro, but you shouldn't be fucking cheating. Like, I don't know what to say.
Well, there you go.
It's just, how do you feel about it?
Cheating?
Yeah.
I don't see a reason in it. Because if you set your commitment on one person, then stay with it. Now,
Agreed.
like she said, if you both feel like you both haven't had enough fun and you feel like you need to explore, then both of you should ultimately make that decision and say, hey, if you want to fuck around this person that you find sexy at work, do it. But that's if you both are 100% secure in your relationship and know that there will be no threat and know that you can be open. Yeah. But have I ever been into an open relationship? No. I personally myself would not be down with that because I am always
couldn't do it.
Committed to a one person, and when I'm committed to the one person, like I can only put my attention on that one person. Like why am I gonna try to fit somebody else or try to put in time for somebody else? Because that's not love. Then that's not what we signed up for. That's just might as well be single.
Yeah, and not to completely shit on him because I mean they were good at one time, and it's a whole story. And he does love this girl, but it's like, I used to always ask him, like, why? Why would you do that? Why? Like, I wouldn't cheat on my babe. Like, I just break up with him. Just be like, all right. He's like, but what if you wanted to stay with him, but you wanted to, like, experience other things? I'm like, no, I just leave his ass. Like, that's it. Babe, I love you.
I don't have that.
I'm not leaving you. I'm just saying.
I feel like
just story purposes.
I don't know if females really have that bone in them. I feel like more men do, where they'll want something. They want the cake and they want to eat it too. Yeah. I feel like it mostly always comes down to the man wanting that.
Well, I mean, there's probably some women that do it.
There's some women, but it's more so
it's
of a
small
man
percentage.
Yeah,
like
they also don't talk about it.
Yeah, right.
Like they don't like. I know the girls that I know that cheat or like. Cheat, I guess we'll talk about it because that's the topic. They don't talk about it. It's not like out loud. Like their friends don't know. But with guys, I mean, this is like coworkers could fucking know. Like,
oh, it's straight up guy talk.
Yeah, it's guy talk. Like guy coworkers talk. Will know shit like that. And I'm one of those where it's like kind of one of the guys, so that's how I knew. And I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And plus, women are so much better at cheating than men.
You think so?
Oh, wait until we get to shark theory.
I think, I think. Because
he thinks different.
No, I think girls are a lot better at hiding it.
Yeah.
Girls are a lot better at, like, doing little things like deleting the messages off their phone or, like, being, like, quiet about speaking to someone.
Because we're also, like, if you think about it, we're also ashamed of that. We don't want people to know.
Well, I mean, the guy would be, the guy would be ashamed, too. The guy doesn't want to get caught.
not ashamed. Just be like, damn, I got
Yeah.
caught. Not ashamed.
Okay.
Women, though, it's more
Just be like,
like
alright.
Oh, because women
their
hold
character.
they hold themselves up to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Because they're all about, I'm gonna be with you. I'm with you, and
I'm
you
a
would
ride or
never
die.
think, yeah, I'm a ride or
That's how
die.
all
But I'm
women
fucking
around
somebody
them
else.
Look at it as.
Yeah.
So when you find that woman to like not, we're all like, why would you do that?
And
we don't
and
get
it's
it.
a total letdown in front of other women.
Exactly,
Okay, I see.
because
I
it's
see.
like
Yeah.
we
And
talk
to,
about
like,
how we want to be respected.
yourself, yeah.
We talk about how we don't want men to cheat on us, but here you are doing the same thing that you're claiming that you don't want other men to
the
do.
ultimate hypocrite thing for a woman to do.
Exactly. So
Okay.
that's why women don't really talk about
Because
it.
even
like that.
me and my boyfriend, like we went through our shit, and I even went to him. I'm like, if you don't fucking be smart enough and like change the bitch's fucking name on your phone, like do some shit. And we had very rocky times. It was a few years back. But I'm like, if you don't like, it's the little things. Cause you had said like girls are a little bit smarter about it, cause like change names, shit like that. I'm just like, yeah, this nigga's so stupid. He didn't even change her name on the phone. Didn't even do shit. Like didn't even try to like bypass it, stuff like that. So I don't know. But that whole cheating thing is just so stupid to me. Be open then.
Yeah.
Or just leave the person.
No, it's a constant
two
issue that's going
options.
on, especially in today's thing. I think that happens a lot more now too with the millennial dating. That because everything's instant gratification, I think cheating is going to be a lot more
easier.
easier to do, or not easier to do, but just it's going to happen a lot more frequently.
It's, to be honest, it's more slick too, because a lot of my friends that are men, they all say, what's the point of you having a Snapchat? And they all ask, and everybody says nudes. You get free nudes. And that's why we have Snapchat. Every man literally has said that. And it's true, because it's only like 5 seconds and you won't ever see it. You won't even have to save it. And so their thing or their theory is if a man has Snapchat, if he's in a relationship or not, he's getting that shit because of the nudes. And I 100% agree, because I personally gone through an experience of that sort where a man always hit me up on Snap and he had relationships. He had a girlfriend. And I'm like, listen, why are you hitting me up on Snap if you have a girlfriend? That makes no sense. Where are you standing? You have commitment issues, maybe. I don't know. But he has this thing with me where he has to hit me up and he has to talk, because him and I have this relationship where we've known each other and we're comfortable with each other for like years. Like I've known this man for like 10 years now. But like at this point when, he would hit me up on Snap and we would just have innocent conversations and he'll talk on how he misses me. And then I ended up finding out some way in there that he had a girlfriend. And I'm like, wow. So the whole time you were talking to me, talking about how you missed me and how you wanted me, right? You had a girlfriend. And you tried getting pictures, but that wasn't working.
I see.
You understand what I'm saying? So that questions me, like, how many other girls that he also hit up on Snap with the same story, with the same
game.
lineup, just to get a picture? And I wasn't trying to do that.
Damn. Oh, yeah.
And he is in a relationship
We gotta do
till this
better.
day. I think we
I
do.
forgot about the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I know this story.
For the record, I don't have a Snapchat.
And I'm happy you don't, Kid Pro, because you're not using it as every guy in this world is using it.
I mean, I thought it was just cool for the pictures and everything, but I never got into
Are
a
you using
nude
doggy
combo.
filters?
I never. Oh no, I didn't fuck them filters.
It's the
Fuck
easiest
those
thing on Snap. It's like, hey, you're cute, send me a picture, and then the girls would send you a picture. It's literally that simple, because I've seen my boys do it. Like,
It's just insane.
it's that simple.
It's just crazy to think that we at once like played fucking Snake on the fucking PC and had Sega Genesis. Like I talked to this girl, I work, Red, and we were talking about, it was at the bar, like we were drinking after work, we were talking about like old game systems, and we were talking about Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, and she's just there like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Ugh.
That hurt. She was like, what? For fuck. She was like, I live this sheltered life. I was like, no, bitch, you're like 12.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
At least Nintendo 64. Like, I was
GameCube
like,
or something.
yeah. I'm like, do you not? And then she's like, oh no, those kind of sound familiar. She was also on only, I don't know. Maybe.
Kinda
Listen,
sound
I'm
familiar.
just saying, like, at the end of the day,
Yes.
that's crazy, and that's the difference in generations too.
How we
like,
went from that
as
to this.
as I'm getting older, I'm starting to see the difference in generations, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like the other day, I said Facebook, and 2 people giggled, and they were like, I was like, did I say something that I wasn't supposed to? And they were like, no, it's like nobody has a Facebook anymore. Like, what do you?
That's
only the
wild,
old heads have
bro.
Facebook. That's what they said to me, and I was like, what do you mean
Now
the
I'm
old
starting to feel
heads?
old.
Right? I was like,
Now I feel old.
they're like, yeah, we only have Snapchat, Instagram,
Wait,
and TikTok.
who is this?
TikTok.
But
Motherfucker.
Facebook is for the old heads. It's for like people who
Can
are
we
older.
Stop adding social media to. I can't. I don't need another platform to be posting stuff
I'm
on.
still like,
Please.
I was on IG and Gary Vee told me about why I should invest in TikTok.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. This new TikTok application, I know that it's
Wow.
very close to Instagram. It's like a Vine. It's
Oh,
just videos,
Short videos.
short videos, and you have your profile pic and the followers and the people who follow you.
Wait, hold on. These people
But-
that were giggling about Facebook. Was it like?
They were the younger generation. Yeah, they were like 18, 19, 17, and they were all saying how no one in their generation touches Facebook.
Yeah, that whole like the what was it? The
I don't know what to
span for millennials, the span for millennials and the next Generation Z or whatever the fuck they're called. It needs to become tighter. It needs to become tighter because there's no way in hell I can't.
I mean, the fact that Facebook is now old to these kids is wild.
Shit,
I could understand MySpace if we were talking about something and then the kids laugh when I said MySpace. I could get that.
Yeah.
But Facebook,
Exactly. That's when I was like, wow.
Facebook is still like Mark is still in fucking headlines. Like it's still going on. Facebook owns Instagram.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
MySpace is going like that nigga Tom.
That's what I felt like saying. I said, technically you have Facebook because you have Instagram. But I was
Yeah,
like, let me
like,
just leave it there.
Technically, and then if
I'll
you
be an old
have,
head.
Like
Right,
for
right,
business
right.
accounts, you have to have an Instagram. I mean, a Facebook to have a business account on Instagram.
Oh, where I know that part. So-
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
it's so annoying. But it's I can't. I mean, I can't talk shit. I don't even post on Facebook.
I don't really post on Facebook either. It just seems like you get no engagement or you just get comments from your aunt.
To be honest, that's why I have Facebook is because I have pictures and videos from when I first
see,
started.
Yeah.
And also like family from North
Yeah, I would
Carolina
never delete my
and
shit.
DR.
It's more family oriented, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're supposed to put like those pictures up of your family and
Or-
"Ay, que Dios le bendiga, papi." You know, shit like that. Like you get those comments with the mad hearts and everything. Like,
Oh
all
my
right, yeah,
God.
mom, or
I have an aunt that sends like this bird that has like fucking hearts in the eyes. I'm like, okay.
right, because that's their way. They interpret that because they see kids sending memes and shit, so they're gonna do the same thing. Let me send you a sticker, like a smiley
yeah,
face.
the stickers.
The stickers, yeah. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Right.
Y'all getting into it. But then you put them on Instagram, they don't know what the fuck's going on. Instagram is still like young. I can still rock with Instagram.
I think Instagram is very easy to start up anything.
It's just
I think
visual.
it's just very
Yeah.
easy. I think you can easily gain popularity off your followers. My little cousin has over like 2,000 followers and more than that probably, but I'm
Gotta
just
figure out
sugarcoating
what
it.
your cousin's doing. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
right. And he started up as a promoter, and he got all these followers, and now he knows a lot of people in Cali, and I'm like, bro, that's awesome, and all because he started his Instagram platform.
Right.
And I think it's a great way to start up whatever your vision is, whatever, if it's hip hop, if it's artist, if it's a brand, if it's a fashion line. I feel like it's a great startup. And I think there was a news article about it and how a lot of entrepreneurs are starting up on Instagram now. That's the new trend.
As they should. I think
Yeah.
it's the best way to get your stuff out because it's only a minute. I mean, this generation is still good enough to have an attention span to last a minute. So that's enough for you to get your vision out and then get a follow and then get some return business on that. I think that's good enough. TikTok, if it's just 6 seconds now, I can't imagine what the next thing's going to be or whatever the Vine shit
What
is.
was Vine?
Vine was like a 6-second
It
video.
was 6 seconds, right?
And
I never even had Vine.
I never had Vine.
I had a
would
Vine,
watch
I'm
it.
not gonna
I would
lie.
watch it on Instagram. Whenever they
Yeah.
used to post, I used to follow Vine accounts. I'm like, I could follow this shit. Like, I'm not going to
6-second
Vine.
videos.
She's like, I refuse to
And motherfuckers
conform.
became millionaires. Like,
I'm not doing it.
yeah.
That's how I am right now with TikTok. I refuse to
I
conform.
refuse to get one.
However, we're gonna eventually probably have to get one.
Oh, we're
you
gonna
know,
have our own
like
TikTok
it's
page
crazy
on-
because
Lyrical Fix Pod is gonna have its own TikTok page at some point.
6-second promos?
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Real quick, fireworks. And you're gonna talk about that.
Let him burst.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Well, that could happen. I can see that happening. I mean, wherever we decide to take this, I'm sure we'll.
But even hooking up too has like hooking up with the person has become something of like a code. Like if you think about it, the new hookup term, like if I want to hook up with somebody, because I'm single, you know what I'm saying, is Netflix and chill.
Oh yeah.
If you instantly know Netflix and chill, if somebody says you're trying to Netflix and chill, you know what's up. You know he's trying to hook up. You know that you guys are going to get to his room and it's just going to be straight hookup. Like, I don't understand why we're calling it Netflix and chill.
Hulu and Hump.
Because as soon as that movie starts, that's it. Game's over.
The alliteration and shit.
Yeah.
HH.
Like, why
Hulu
can't we
and
just say, hey, are you down for this? Because I'm down for this. Yeah. Okay, cool. There's no discussion,
It's
only
tough.
after the fact.
It's tough to just say that to a girl, though, for a guy. Just to come up to be, hey, I think you're hot. You want to hook up?
Yeah, I heard what somebody said. It's
I
tougher
wish.
for guys.
You know what's
it's
crazy?
Tougher for guys.
It's tougher for guys to just go up. I mean, because you, like you said, you're more open. A lot of girls aren't like that. A lot of girls are going to be turned off by that immediately. They're not expecting to come up to a girl like you, and if you're not feeling it, be like, nah, no thanks. I guess they don't want to get shot down that quick, or they don't want to say it unless they're absolutely sure that it's going to be a yes in return.
Okay.
So even though you're an open book, for some guys they're not ready to take that answer and be like, oh, damn, she shot me
I mean,
down.
I've been that real with someone before, and they didn't know how to handle that.
Yeah, because when it comes to being
That's
blunt,
crazy.
when it comes
Exactly.
no, when it comes to being blunt and like just being like, okay, this is, you know what you want, so I'm just gonna communicate with that. Like, even like my boyfriend in the beginning, he said, he's like, that's what drove me to you, because you knew what the fuck you wanted, and if you didn't know, you said it. Like, I don't know, like whatever. Like, you are blunt, and not a lot of girls are like that. He's like, yeah, he's like, it took me a while to adjust to being with somebody who's blunt, because it hurts my feelings a little bit.
I can see that.
It hurts my feelings a little bit.
He's like, but you're different, babe.
And that's awesome. But I think that's why Sade and I get along, because my sister and her are the same sign. Like, literally, her birthday is the day before my sister's.
Okay.
And
Sagittarius
says, shout out. I'm a Leo, but like a lot of my sister has rubbed off on me. Like,
Okay.
I'm very real blunt, and as fire signs, we both are that. But my sister, man, she taught me how to take a lot and also give that information out too.
My sister told me the same.
Yeah, because it's important. And I think, if my sister was like one of those girls like everyone out here that would not have led as an example, I think I would have possibly ended in that same route. But my sister has been a good example for me. Like, she will not budge. She will be real with whoever, don't matter. Like, she never gave out her phone to anybody. Her man, now that she's marrying, I was the reason why he got her number.
Oh, okay.
I was the reason why they hooked up and got together and did whatever. But even then, she was so difficult. She was like, why do I need to give you my number?
Okay.
Why should I? Like, on some real, like, she was never like that. When I would find a guy cute in a bar and he would find me cute, I'm gonna give him my number.
Right.
But she would look at me like I'm crazy. I'm the opposite. She's like,
Okay.
why are you giving your number out? He's supposed to be working for that shit. Yeah. I said, he is. He's giving me some eyes from afar. What you mean? Like, I'm not supposed to go back to that? Like, I don't get it. She's like, no, like, you're fine. But she taught me a lot of, like, about self-respect.
Right.
And so I follow my same footsteps on that and how I hold myself in the dating life now. But I'm starting to realize that a lot of people in this dating world are not looking at it that way, because females don't carry themselves that way.
Right.
But I had a sister that showed me that, and I had a mother that showed me that. So it's like,
It's all about your upbringing.
it's all about your upbringing.
Yeah.
It is, because if
And
you have
how-
like a
whether
wild
you were
child
taught
sister,
it, or you had to learn it, or
Right.
you just chose not to
Follow it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you just went along with life, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta know this, like, and you're learning late.
It's tougher for females to maintain that that exclusivity. Like, a man should work for it, when the boys aren't being taught, like, hey, you should probably work for this. That's all instant gratification. They're being made to think that you can have any girl you want if you have good game and stuff, but not teaching them, like, hey, you should probably, spend a little time, work on yourself, try to be as good as you can to this girl, work it out.
And I think that's also ties in with the females too, because they're not being taught self-worth or self-respect. They don't know what that is.
Right, they're not being taught that. So it's only if you come from a good family, good upbringing, it definitely comes from your parents having that type
Right.
of,
Because all I have to do as a female now is just post some arched back provocative picture.
It is
And that gives me that attention that
absolutely.
I don't see in myself. That gives me that love and attention that I don't tell myself. So it's easier for me to cling on this guy or to just depend on this guy to give me that I don't see.
Right up.
So I think that's the issue with a lot of us. And it's not easy, like I said. I think it takes a lot of daily self-check with yourself. You have to literally look at yourself in the mirror or look at the things that you've ignored for years in order for you to get past that, in order for you to know what your self-worth is. Because you've ignored all of these issues. You've let them piled up as a mountain. And that's what you've been so used to and comfortable doing that you don't see the wrong in it because you're used to it. That's what you like. That's what you're used to. So you have to change a pattern with yourself. You have to force yourself to move in a way that you've never moved before. So females don't like doing that because that takes extra work. That takes daily, like a 5-minute, 10-minute self-reflection that they feel is too much. It's easy for me to drink it away. It's easier for me to sex it away. It's easier for me to hit up this guy and him to tell me all the things that I don't feel with myself.
Right.
Because that's what I'm used to.
Ain't this some shit?
This is why I want to, talk on these things because it's important.
You know what? I don't even think we got to get into our topics. I think that was great enough.
That pretty much.
It's probably something we'll keep revisiting.
No, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
That's an endless fucking topic.
Because relationships, we can go on for days, I'm sure. Even if even if we're not in the dating world, like just the fact that
100%.
we've
For
been
real.
through it. So shit, we could attack this so many fucking different ways.
We'll revisit this for
But,
sure. Anything
there's
else on
even-
the docket or
No, I think we can come back. We got plenty more to talk about. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're gonna have more to talk about. Now we can tie this one up.
Yeah, I agree.
I
any
like-
closing sentiments you would like to share?
I want to thank you guys again for having me here and guess getting this chemistry going, building this up together.
For sure.
I see a lot of good things coming for us. We just gotta stay focused, motivated, and we got plenty of
Always.
guests. And,
yes, guests coming up.
Yeah.
Had a guest try to sneak on just now.
Give us some sharp theory. Can't wait for that though.
We'll
Yeah.
revisit that.
I guess thank everybody that listened, everybody that watched. We're gonna be stepping up everything pretty soon. Location, production. This is just us getting our feet wet right now, trying to learn each other. And I think we're gonna be doing, really, really big things very soon.
Yes.
Look
I
into the camera
agree.
when I say that. Yeah.
I agree. I think this is the first, stepping stone for us. And like I said, the only thing that I hope for is that we can be a light in the midst of your darkness or your situations or an answer to something that you probably had questions for. This is supposed to be something more of like a therapy for you listeners and for us, who are talking on this. And I want to thank all of you guys that take the time to listen to us. All of my friends that have texted me good luck on the podcast today.
Hey.
Shout out to Jack. Okay. And it's important. So all again, music brings the whole world together. So that's what this is about. And I hope that you guys can find therapy on that.
Bars.
I don't know how to follow that up. Stay plugged into the Lyrical Fix with Val, me, Sade, and Kid Pro.
Stay
And
plugged.
yeah, it's gonna be more episodes coming up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace.